Hey guys, welcome back.
Howdy.
We had a bit of some issues getting this recording up, but we finally got it up. Hopefully it sounds good. We are going to test it afterwards, so we should be fine.
Thanks.
Welcome back to the Cho Super Hyper podcast. We haven't heard any better suggestions, and that's where we're at right now. It could still change in the future. I am Blastex, Super Blastex.
And I am Toku Tony.
Toku Tony's here with us today as well, like every episode. So before we get into the new Sentai that we just got shown, I'm pretty excited about that. How have you been since we last recorded?
I've been pretty good. Everything has been going up and up for me recently. I recently just got a PS Vita on Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
That is awesome. Recently the PS Vita is becoming more it's easier to homebrew. So like you don't need to plug it into a computer to modify it. It can be all straight from the system.
Do it from the system. That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. But I didn't have a Vita at all. So I just decided if I'm gonna get a Vita, I might as well just get it while it's modded. So I found a guy on Facebook Marketplace. It's actually in the area, thankfully enough.
Yeah, how far did you go? Don't say where, but how far out did you go? About 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I took 2 turns, and that was it. 2 turns down from where our neighborhood is.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He was very close.
Okay. I thought. Yeah, no, I'll ask you off air. Excuse me. So what do you got on there? What are you playing?
Right now, I've only been playing Sword Art Online. So the games the games that it has is like all of the Vita games, all of the PSP games, all of the PS1 games. I can get, the Game Boy emulator, N64 emulator.
Now, in your purchase, did you also get a Sony memory card?
I did. Well, it came with a PS2 Vita, which is a memory card that goes to the system, using a micro SD card. But the only problem with that is
The converter.
yeah, it's a converter, but the way you have to place it into the system is through the game slot. So if I had PS Vita games cartridges,
Don't. At that point.
which is great. But if I did have them, I wouldn't be able to play the games that I would want to. But so far, it's been working great. It's been emulating all the games that I wanted to. I've been playing Sword Art Online. It has all of the Sword Art, Hollow Fragment, Hollow Realization, and Lost Song on there. It also has
How does it have those? Were those on Vita?
Yeah, those were all released on Vita.
Oh, okay.
As I was looking through the game systems, it's really confusing to me. Just the time that the Vita was out and I didn't know about it, because there's games like Hotline Miami. The first Hotline Miami is on the Vita.
Yeah.
And so is Papers, Please. I didn't even know that those two things were happening at the same time.
Those were like some of the last games I think that came there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird. Some of the games that are on there, I was like, oh, I didn't know the Vita was alive and around when this game came out.
I wouldn't say alive, but yeah, they did have that kind of support.
Yeah, that was kind of a dead system
Yeah.
at the time.
I had a Vita when it was already waning. Because I thought it'd be cool to have one with my PS4, so that I could play my PS4 games on my Vita. It didn't really work that well.
Oof.
Plus, I didn't like how it felt on my hands. It not good. I wasn't into it, so I sold it back. I lost money on it.
Oh man.
But I wasn't into the Vita. Good for you. Good for liking it.
Yeah, man.
Relative to this show, why else did you get it?
Oh, I wanted to see if I could play some of the Kamen Rider games on it. I can play from any of the regions, so it has USA, Europe, Japan specifically, and then Asia region. I was trying to see if I could get any of the previous Kamen Rider or Super Sentai games that were released on there, which it does look like I can, but the game titles are in Japanese, and I have to translate everything to Japanese.
You can figure it out.
Yeah. But it's been good. I like that a lot.
Have you tried any of the Kamen Rider games? I think
I did. I just opened it up because I couldn't read anything. I couldn't translate anything. The Ghost PS Vita game with Ghost and Ichigo.
Yeah.
So far, it looks good. but I
Okay.
can't navigate the menu.
I still, just because it's a tokusatsu game, I'm not super into Kamen Rider, but I still kind of want that Memory of Heroes game.
Yeah.
And it came out on the PS4, but I want it on the Switch just because, that's part of the novelty.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that Kamen Rider game on the Switch. The what was it called?
We played it for a little bit.
Oh,
It was the Zeo game, like
it was
Chronicle
the
of
Zeo
something.
fighting game. Yeah,
Oh, Climax Fighters.
Climax Fighters. Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, I could say TJ. Since I don't have access to my keyboard when we're doing this, if we do have something we have to look up, I'm gonna rely on you because you have your phone.
You're absolutely right.
So that won't happen again when we have dinner.
I gotcha.
Anyway, yeah, I've been I actually took care of some of my Kamen Rider Sotos that I have on my display. It's just gotten to be so many. I put some of them away. Time to dust, and I hate dusting. I hate dust. I don't mind dusting if it's every now and then, but boy howdy, do these collect dust. So
Yes,
right
they
now
do.
I put away every Kamen Rider X8 Soto that I have had out. Right now I just have the girls remix Kamen Riders. I might put a picture up here. No, I can't. It's too late.
It looks great.
Maybe
though.
it'll be a thumbnail.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or at the end of the video. Who knows? No, it's gonna. Oh, I know. I'm gonna put it on my Twitter. Get people to come to my Twitter.
Oh,
I
there
got
you
this
go.
picture of these figures that I have. It's pretty
Good plug.
cool. Then so that was today.
Yep.
Over the weekend, what was this past weekend? Oh, I helped my dad move stuff out of his shed.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was a lot of heavy stuff. As soon as I got home, I passed out. I was beat. It was me and my brother helped him out. And that was on Saturday. Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Sunday nothing really happened. Yeah. Oh, Saturday, of course, was actually superhero time. So we we made sure we caught that. Mostly because King-Ohger. Very excited for that first episode. But of course, as you can see from the image on screen now, we're going to be talking about Geats first.
Superhero time.
So, what did you think of that Geats?
It's laying the groundwork for this upcoming game. Definitely going to be weird since we already have like a preconception of the DGP, and now with the JGP, they're starting to twist the rules a little bit, if there even are rules at this point.
Yeah, I'm still unclear on how she got control of it all. Because, okay, I'm dumb. I don't remember a lot of things. But do you remember how the last episode ended?
The last episode ended.
And I say that because this episode started with Baroba in the base. This base you can see.
Oh yeah, I remember.
How did it? I thought it ended with the 4 sponsor riders fighting.
Yeah.
And there's no winner.
Yeah, it's exactly how it went.
Okay, so we don't even know the result of that fight.
No, although in throughout the episode, or just in one point of the episode, they do say that they do mention it, where like there was no victor in that fight. They do mention it later on in the show. Yeah,
in this episode.
Yeah, in this episode, whenever Geats was talking, he said you exchanged blows with Baroba.
Yeah,
and then they showed a cutscene, and then the sponsor Zine, he said, "Yeah, but we weren't able to get the belt back." And I guess that was the explanation for last episode at the end.
So it was just a stalemate. Okay.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she's a biggin.
Yeah,
biggin mech.
It was like 3 against 1, but again, why didn't we see that? Why are we left to pick that up?
Probably just the spectacle of just everything looking at.
Pacing's being really weird in this season. It feels like.
Mm-hmm. Although the pacing is a little weird. The story is getting better. Definitely this episode introduced a lot of
you like some
story
of the story
points,
twists. Yeah, not twists, but
the curves and arcs and the flows of the story that's been going on. But even though that's sort of confusing to pick up on sometimes, the main drive of why I really like the show is because of the characters like Buffa, when he first started out, he didn't come off to me as like super interesting. He was just like emo. But as the story's been going on, he has been progressing a lot, and I think he's actually really cool, turning into one of my favorite characters, other than Tatsunoko. Tatsunoko?
Huh.
That's good. Um, Green Man.
Tanuki.
There you go.
Ewa.
Heck yeah.
Tanuki comes up in King-Ohger episode in a really derogatory way.
Yes.
So there's Baroba in her little like game base, I guess, where like the home base for the JGP.
The new farm, I think, huh?
I guess, yeah. So that farm wasn't destroyed, and he still has all of his little Jamato people.
Well, he said the farmer, I forget his name, again. He said only a few of you were able to get out, and then the Jamato that are there are like the best of their generation.
They're the most evolved or something.
So I guess he had a second hangout.
Yeah, and in this JGP, you can only enter and play and win if you are a Jamato. So that allows Buffa to actually enter because he's like not half, but he's being overtaken by the virus. Baron.
Yes. Very much Baron.
So that's why Nat Sparrow is not playing in the game, even though he's still here. On the sidelines, I guess. He's gonna be playing Brain.
Like a technician?
Yeah. I don't really care about this character much.
Yeah, he's kind of just shoehorned in there a little bit, huh?
I don't really know what he wants. So yeah, this Jamato game is gonna be based on it's gonna be a score based game, it looks like, and you're gonna get more points the more emotionally attached or the more emotionally valuable the items that they destroy are.
Right.
So in this episode we're introduced to a little kid and he has like flowers for his mom. But she's in the hospital and he's gonna give them to her.
Yeah.
And there's this festival setting up and he's really excited to go. Anyway, the monsters attack and they destroy his, little bouquet of flowers he's gonna give his mom. So that lot of emotional weight. So that was probably a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna keep doing that. There's this festival that's coming up that they want to do, obviously, and people are attached to that. So they're gonna destroy the festival, get more points. Whoever wins this JGP gets to make the world their own. Now it's interesting. She's promising this, but she does not have that belt.
Right.
Still needs the approval of the producer. What she's really doing here is baiting out the producer to get his belt because that's how you can get the Desayati.
Mm-hmm.
So we see, the Jamato destroy or wreck this festival setup, and we see the Geats Sentai show up. All three of them come in, henshin at the same time, running in just like a Sentai would.
Sentai vibes.
The Geats Sentai shows up. We see the Jamato have some special cores that Baroba gave him. One of them was the jackpot, and the other one was monster.
Yeah.
So jackpot gets, because it's a roulette, he gets
boost.
He gets boost.
Oh wait, I thought it was 2 jackpots.
Oh, you're right. It was 2 jackpots. One got monster, and the other got beaver, which is boost.
Oh no. Oh no, yeah. They got random.
Well, one of the random was, I think did just give him boost. I don't remember.
I think so.
You don't think so?
No, yeah. I said I think so. I think that's what it was.
But we also see Neon still has her jackpot buckle, so she puts that on and she gets zombie, which we've never seen that combination before of Neon being zombie, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
It's cool because you can also make stuff like that with the toys, which is the whole point. For me, anyway, even though I don't really collect these.
There was something crazy out of nowhere, just for no reason. Buffa, Michinaga, his old friend, who's the reason, his motivation to like destroy all riders or beat all riders, because his friend Toru died, and then Toru, because they got his ID core, in the Jamato is getting his memories and like his attributes, his personality and everything, and it's pretty much just Toru. Toru.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. The Jamato is overcoming or sort of what is it? Uh, Absorbing
Yes.
everything that was Toru.
Yeah, Toru.
Everything that was Toru. So he's basically going to full on become Toru. Which is kind of interesting because that's kind of something from X8,
Yeah.
where the Buckster would, I mean, the Buckster would become its own guy, but it would still have those flashbacks and memories to being.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember Poppy.
Yeah.
This is a big spoiler if you haven't seen X8,
Oh snap.
but Poppy, every Buckster that lives in Earth, in the normal world, they became it because they took over a person who was infected by the Buckster virus.
Hmm.
We find out. Let's do the dragon guy. I'm not going to spoil Poppy.
Okay.
The
Okay.
dragon guy that they fight a lot at the beginning. I forget his name.
Parasite.
What was it?
Parasite. No. Ooh.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Graphite.
Graphite.
It was
Got
Graphite.
it.
Yeah. So Graphite, he's a Buckster who took over the body of Hero's girlfriend.
Yep.
Hero's girlfriend died from the Buckster virus. But throughout the show, he would have am I remembering that right? He would have like flashbacks and like memories of her that she had.
Ooh man, I don't remember.
I believe I'm right with that. It didn't get to this point like we have here in the Jamato game, where the Jamato's like full. It feels like the Jamato's fully believing that they are this body that they took over,
Yeah, that's what it seems like, huh?
which is interesting because we've seen that these Jamato they don't stick to one person, and one Jamato doesn't have to be that one person.
Right.
We saw the three Jamato turn into Kyoryu Blue, so all three of them get implanted with Kyoryu Blue. So they all three believe. Okay, not Kyoryu Blue. The Shiro. Shiro?
Panda.
This is not Panda. Shiro?
Oh no, not Panda. He was Polar Bear.
Yeah, he's Polar Bear.
Pon.
What I'm saying is, it feels like it's treading that same kind of thing, but it's going to be more emotional because the Jamato really are sort of gaining sentience. But that again sounds like 01, where the Humagears were gaining sentience and they were sort of becoming more than just robots.
Mm-hmm. Their singularity.
And these Jamato are becoming more than just Jamato or bad guys. They're
getting personality.
Yeah, you can see the same kind of strokes this dude's writing from. I forget the writer's name. Or he's writing this, he wrote 01 and he wrote X8. You can look that up, TJ. So
Yep.
I don't miscredit.
Another little thing that's going on. Baroba is kind of cool. Baroba picked out Buffa's outfit. His new outfit that he looks so cool in.
Oh yeah, this guy right here. He has a little ponytail now.
Yeah.
Leather jacket.
The writer is Yuya Takahashi.
Takahashi. There you go, Takahashi. I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to look like an idiot. So yeah, you can see Takahashi sort of writes a certain way. I'm not saying these are all the same because again, X8 is probably my favorite writer show. Mostly because video games. Gaim's right after it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just you can't help but see a bunch of kind of similarities in just the story, not the characters. The characters are pretty different from each other. But the story feels sort of the same kind of strokes.
Right.
I forgot I should totally be cycling through these pictures.
Oh shoot.
Here we have the original Game Master crying to get his belt back. And there's a little kid we got introduced to with the flowers, and we can see the guy who's running the festival, or
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah, he looks like a priest. Might be a priest of that temple. They're pulling him aside because they're fighting the Jamato. There goes Tanuki, or what'd you say?
Tatsunoko.
Tatsunoko. That's right. But you see those belts that we were talking about the Jamato had gotten.
Oh yeah.
We can see Zine show up to help out. Geats fight Buffa and Buffa's friend, because again, this Toru guy this Toru Jamato is believing he's fully Toru, so he's actually, hey, Buffa, hey Michinaga, we'll work together, and he's talking to him like he never left. And Buffa's sort of responding like he never left. It's kind of weird. He does have that shock at first when he finds, My friend actually is this monster now or whatever. He has a reaction, but
Yeah.
later on in the episode, he's sort of like, yeah, this is what it is. And this is where he sort of, after their first scuffle, he gets to catch up with him again, and he shares this really specific memory that they had when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, yeah, this is the same Taro, but it's not. It's Yamato who's absorbed the memories and everything. To me, it does look like Buffa's falling for it,
Definitely.
but I feel like that's just setting it up so that we can get that scene where they're helping each other, and then Buffa turns and slashes his sword on him instead.
Oh, it's gonna be so emotional.
Yeah, so he's gonna like, oh, now I'm killing my friend. I mean, it's not. It's gonna be, Jamato, but
And then that'll be like another point of his character, like peaking
yeah,
at another point. Also, both their fits look so cool.
their fits.
Yeah, their fits look dope, man. I love Buffa's fit.
Yeah, I
I like the boots.
don't know.
Or
Yeah.
it just looks like a ninja.
And there, yeah, we see Neon beat with Zombie, kind of cool. Yeah, there's the boost, Jamato Rider. Buffa gets command, which is cool. So what was it? Boost, not boost. It's jet cannon.
Jet cannon.
And he uses that to fight Geats. Here we can see this is like the last shot from a different angle. The last shot of the episode is Buffa just about to decimate Geats.
Oh, he's powering up. He's pulling back. He's about to swing at him.
I think Zine's gonna come in right at the last second,
probably
to stop whatever's gonna happen here.
Since he has that gravity powers,
he's gonna do that. They're gonna retreat, and then we saw from the trailers for the next episode, Geats is gonna get a power up.
Oh yeah.
So whatever's gonna cause that to happen, we're probably gonna have round 2. I'm sorry, Geats versus Buffa round 38.
39.
And then Geats will win probably. But yeah, Buffa getting command is really interesting because I didn't think that suit would fit. I guess it is just a suit. The suit's different. The only thing that's really wouldn't fit is the helmet, but they got it to work.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, it
looks so cool.
Yeah, I wish, because as a toy that thing was cool, but I wish there was like a dedicated form for this.
Yeah. The way he gets command is kind of BS. He tells Baroba, like, come on, man. You're my sponsor and the game master. Give me something. And then Baroba's like, okay, I'll make a secret mission for you. And then the secret mission is attack a rider and super close.
Super close range, yeah.
Which is just what Buffa does all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he got command that way.
Yeah, and then in order to get to this form, you first just get the sword. You have to keep using the sword to gain power to the sword, and then you get the buckle, put it on your belt from the sword, and then you become this form right here. I guess he knew, or I don't know what, but he tried to get the buckle off the sword. It didn't work, and then he cut himself on his arm. Boom, swords charged, and he was able to turn to this form.
Because he's emo, and he's rad.
Yeah, he cut, I guess. I don't... Sure.
It's just cool.
And then it was funny, before this, when he got the sword and he just chucked it.
Oh, that was great.
He just chucked it at Geats. That was pretty funny.
That's so Buffa.
That's Tokujir Rokugo flashbacks. Was there anything else? Yeah, so again, we're just seeing more Geats. Oh, no, there is some stuff that happened with Neon if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sponsor came out. Kind of sent some snarky remarks to each other while she was looking at a board for the festival.
It kind of felt like flirting a little bit.
A little bit. Kyun kind of has a yandere vibe to him.
Yes, and it's what I thought would happen. She doesn't know that he's Kyun.
Right.
But she got the
little hint
because he mentioned her wish.
Mm-hmm.
Something that not everybody's supposed to know about.
Nope.
So the seed is planted that she's gonna eventually probably figure out. Oh, he's my sponsor. What about the other thing? with Neon.
The other thing with Neon, man, you see that's the thing with this story specifically. It just gets crazy out of nowhere. The twists and turns about it. We see the producer talking with Time Fire. I'm Time Fire. I love the way he says Time Fire.
Heck yeah.
With him, Time Fire, and the producer talking about how they're gonna like fix the situation. Time Fire, I forget his name. I'm just gonna keep calling him Time Fire. He's like, come on, man. Like, you can just get this belt. Like, what are you doing? Like, my world is at jeopardy. And the producer's like, it'll come, just calm. Or I might just reset the whole world. Because apparently the producer can do that.
Yeah.
He can just reset the entire world. So that's one crazy thing that could happen. Along that, Time Fire is like, what do you mean? Erase my whole world. What are you talking about? Or reset. And he says, my daughter hasn't had her wish granted yet. What are you talking about? And the producer says back to him, maybe your daughter, who was gifted to you by the goddess, would get her wish granted if you showed her that true love that she desires. And whoa,
Yeah.
Neon came from the goddess of creation.
I think that's just maybe he wished for true love, and
Maybe.
that's how he got to get, the mom. And they had Neon. She could be a special magic baby. I doubt that one.
Magic baby, because the producer worded it as the
Excuse me.
goddess gifted you a daughter.
Yes, but that's the thing, is we don't know the full extent to that, and we'll probably find out.
Yeah.
But what we're supposed to pull from that the most, I think, is that he was a writer in this war, in this game.
It's Time Fire.
So he was probably Time Fire. He played the DGP as Time Fire.
That's canon.
And it was pretty sweet. He won every time.
Every game that he did, he was Time Fire.
Yeah, it was awesome. No, but yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to pull from that, is that he was actually a participant and he won, and he got his wish. He got his daughter. To what extent that is, we don't know yet. But like I said, I think the thing we're supposed to pull from that is he played. He was part of the DGP before he was a sponsor. Yeah, I guess he's a sponsor, right?
Because he did say, I can. The reason that they talk about this was because the public is knowing more and more about the Jamatos. In reality, 1 out of 10 people, what the producer says, know about the Jamato. But the reason Time Fire's there is just to add a little comment, as I can only keep the government and the police neutral for so long. Like I can only cover this up so much, which means he like has control over the government.
Yes,
police.
some kind of control. Yeah, I mean, she comes from a really rich family.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's his role that he's playing. So we'll see what happens with that. That's pretty interesting that they decided to give her that. So far, her and Geats had to kind of have more story to them, and Buffa, they're being rounded out.
Yeah.
Poor Tatsunoko, we don't really sort of there right now.
Yeah.
Keiwa.
He is the true embodiment of a Kamen Rider. He's just there, and he does good.
Let's hope he has a secret third sister, and it's actually his sister's sister. And we see Haruka come back as Oni's sister.
Oh, snap.
And I keep watching Geats.
Because Keiwa's sister, the actress in real life, is the sister of Oni's sister.
Yeah.
From Dawn Brothers.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Dawn Brothers. Anything else about this episode?
I don't think so. I mean, a little, I guess, not the bells that they're wearing is also the same kind of bells that the Oni in the festival wear. Like a little reference to like the real life festival, maybe that has a part to play, because Barobo was handing out those bells in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, maybe she can make games, but the DGP games would still be intact. So without her knowing, or maybe she does know, but she's not letting people know, maybe the Geats side has to take the bells from these monsters
Oh
and
yeah.
they win from that.
Naruto
Whoever gets the
style.
most bells wins. But we just don't know that yet. Or it's just a design thing, and they put the bells on them because that was the theme of the festival.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just aesthetically. And for the beginning part where the little kid was like
What's that bell sound? Or what's that noise?
are those the Oni or something? This little kid. Because right before that he tells him that in the festival you got to pull the bells from the Oni, blah blah blah, and then yeah, it's just like pottery, rhymes.
It's just like poetry. It rhymes.
Ba, ba, ba. Okay.
We did totally skip over the fact that kid, that his mom is like in the hospital, and that the reason that he was there was because he was putting the flowers on the shrine. He was asking the priest, if I put the flowers on the shrine, do you think my mom will come back?
Oh yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning of the episode,
Yeah. Let's see what happens to kids in this next episode.
hurt me in my heart. Oh.
King-Ohger. Okay. I don't really have anything else to say about Geats.
Mm-mm.
I want to see what that new suit looks like more after the henshin and everything. I know we can see what it looks like. I want to see it in action. I feel like it's going to be a lot of CG.
Maybe, yeah.
It is kind of weird though, because he looks mostly overall red,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of matches what's going on in King-Ohger. Those suits are pretty interesting to
So
me. So yeah, you
interesting.
want to
Yeah,
get into King-Ohger? Excuse me.
absolutely. Let's get into it. Episode 1.
So we get this cool opening sprawl of the monsters. I like this shot a lot of the five swords. So long ago, Bugnarok wreaked havoc, and then these five kings took the swords and they slayed down Bugnarok. And I think it was 2,000 or 200 years later.
Yeah, 2000.
2,000 years later, they rise again. And here we can see the great combination of the King-Ohger mech.
Foreshadowing.
We've seen clearer shots of it, but I like seeing it here in the show. This is what the Earth looks like. It's not going to be called Earth. It's called Terra in our translations anyway. What we got from Overtime. Thank you, Overtime. But you can see, yeah, this looks really different from what we're used to as Earth. And then we get introduced to, I'm just going to be going through from the pictures we have, because if you haven't seen King-Ohger, do it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty cool. The first episode, like usually, the first episode of most of these tokusatsu shows are pretty great. And then you can see the budget go down, which is funny that budget was brought up over Twitter. The producers were basically saying, yes, we know you have concerns about the budget. Don't worry about it. So I'm not going to worry about the budget. What happens, happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Himeno Ran. She's yellow.
Uh-huh.
And I've got two pictures of her, because yes. This is... I wrote down his name because it's hard to say. Kaguragi Dibosuki.
Nice.
Kaguragi Dibosuki. He's black. He looks pretty fun. I really liked his theme in his country. So each of these guys, these kings are from 5 different countries.
Mm-hmm.
And they control these mech. Him behind him, he has the bee. Hornet. I think it's a hornet. And then we have Papillion, purple.
So cool.
We're going to use they, them, because we don't know exactly how they want to approach that. The actress is a female, but the suit actor for the character is male.
Right.
It's actually the same person who played Sononi in Dumb Brothers.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. He used to be Loka Yellow. He was doing a lot of exclusively female. And Madoka in Q Ranger, the Squid Lady bad guy.
Oh, he did that too.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Anyway,
possibly.
You can just search Madoka suit actor. But I'm gonna real quick. But I know how to kill time because look, purple.
I typed in Madoka suit actor and all I got was Super 8 from Ultraman. Nice.
Um,
little thing I want to add while he's searching that up. Yeah, the budget. I read on Twitter a few weeks ago, Dawn Brothers, for the first time in I think it was 5 years, has brought the profit up. Sentai. For the first time in 5 years, the profit is up way more than previous years. We're not losing money on Sentai anymore. We're actually gaining it since Dawn Brothers. So maybe with that extra money that they gained in this last fiscal year, they put it towards this amazing set. They're in the Void, from what we know, which is a similar set to the Mandalorian. It's actually the first time that Japan is using this type of technology in a show. So it looks great so far.
Madako. Her name is Madako. Excuse
Madako.
me.
You were there. You were almost there. You got it.
Madako is the name we were looking for, and I think I'm wrong because I think that was a lady that was the suit actor.
Oh no.
This ad is huge.
Information crossing.
I'm on Ranger Wiki. That I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, it was a lady. My bad. Mizuho. Oh, that's ignore me, guys. That was bad. Bad info. Anyway, the point is, this dude plays a lot of female stunt or suit actors. Anyway, we're gonna use they them for Papillion Oger,
Right.
which is who's on screen right now. So they're purple, butterfly. And there's blue. He is Yanma Gust, which is a dragonfly. Pretty cool. I don't know if I mentioned, but yellow is a mantis. I didn't take any pictures of the mantis because who cares? No, I care. It's just, there she is.
She's such a princess.
Yeah.
He has cool hair.
This guy, yeah, he's a
Hothead.
like a punk type.
Oh yeah.
Like a school punk type guy. That's why his hair's like that. That's why he looks like that.
His Kingdom music when he was being introduced was metal.
You can already immediately tell he's not gonna be easy to get along with. The first thing we see him do is he's trying to take control of the King-Ohger mech on his own. He wants to be able to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So the episode starts with a meeting of the 5 countries in the red country, where he is the ruler. This guy Rackless.
Yeah.
He's the king of I'm just gonna say red country because I didn't get to write down, and the names are pretty interesting.
The names are confusing, man.
So he's the one that leads red, and he assumedly should be the red King-Ohger, Kuwagata Oger. But it says it's gonna be this guy. So we get introduced to this, B kind of guy, who is playing with the local kids. And we see like some bruisers come up to ask for the taxes from the people, and
Yeah.
he sort of defends them from them. Because why are the guards asking for more money from the people?
Yeah.
Do the people, are they cool with that? Do they not like their country? Like, it feels like a really weird relationship, especially when we see what happens with the king later.
Yes.
So here we see he asked everybody to go ahead and pull their swords out because they're going to unite. Because this prophecy of the Ragnarok coming back after 2,000 years, they have to come back to work together. Blue's not into it because he doesn't recognize Red as the leader. He doesn't know, not even Red, Rackless, this king from the country they're in right now. He doesn't trust him as their leader, so he doesn't accept. And here he is leaving after Purple and Black sort of try to stop him. So he just leaves, he bounces, and then big earthquake happens, and we see, these monsters are back.
Yeah.
They are pretty crazy looking. This guy's a big bug, swole bug, which is remind me instantly of Buzz Swole. Kind of cool. He's a Pokemon. TJ.
Oh, really?
Tony, yeah, he's a Pokemon.
Those are like a roly poly.
Yeah. So then we see this is what the kingdom looks like. So yeah, TJ was saying they are using that kind of void technology.
Yep.
Where they have giant screens behind them. So we can see the rest of it is a CG sort of castle town looking thing. which is fine. Does not look bad. Not really that bad. After Dawn Brothers last year, we had a lot of CG. Where it looks like we're gonna get some CG in this one. It's not bad. But we can see in the background, we see the monsters coming up, and they are clearly an homage to
Attack on Titan.
no
Attached to
Shingeki.
oh my god.
Say it the right way.
No. Shingeki no Kyojin.
There you go. Now
God
you're a
damn
weeb.
you.
Yeah. So it's a throw to Attack on Titan, which is really interesting.
Like
We didn't see
straight
that
up.
coming.
Like
Yeah, it's just
straight
straight
up.
up. Yeah, they're turned on walls and everything.
The muscle dude turned on. Oh yeah.
So then the Rangers obviously see this and they have to act. So we see purple henshin, black henshin, and yellow henshin. And yeah, the suits are pretty clean looking. Like I was mentioning, we can see here it's one whole solid color, not really any other differences. I mean, it's all purple.
Mhm.
It's all shades of purple. It's all black, kind of not really shades of black except for the helmet. And then yellow, we see a lot of yellow, kind of orange, but still same kind of thing.
Yep.
Um,
That's great.
there's not really any breaking except for in the actual armor itself and some of those color highlights. So I'm really looking forward to these toys. And then we go back to Gira. Sorry, I didn't even recognize, say his name. Red's or this kid's name is Gira, the dude. Among the kids he was playing with, one of the girls gets hurt really badly. We assume she bites the dust, but
Oh yeah.
the princess is there, and she tells him, "No, she's still breathing. She's fine. You go. I'll take care of her." So he runs up to the palace, or to the king, see what's going on, and there he sees, tell him what is actually happening. So we saw purple, black, and yellow henshin.
Yep.
To help fight these monsters. Blue bounce because he's
not with that stuff.
he's just he's being pouty. And then red, where's red? Why isn't red here? What's going on? We saw the king. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on, TJ?
How come he's not henching? He goes up to the king, walks in there, and is like, "How come you're not helping these people out? Well, you're the king and you're really not doing anything about it."
In his own country.
In his own country, and basically the king says, "You can blame Yama, Blue. It's his fault for not uniting the countries. I wanted to unite all of the countries and be the ruler of them all. After this battle's done, I will invade Blue's country, take over his stuff, and then that'll be the beginning of me taking over the rest of the countries to rule over all as my kingdom."
Yeah, so his plan is to take over,
Everything.
I guess, the planet, or at least these 5 countries.
Yeah.
Because he wants the power. That's still really interesting because we don't see him transform to red not once.
Yep.
So is he really royalty? Because that's the thing, is that these swords only work
For the
if you're
royals.
royal. Yeah, if you're royalty. At least that's what we're told to believe so far in the show. It could be something else. Could be something about heart. Who knows? But at face value, what we've been told is that only royalty can use them. And again, we don't see him not even transform to protect himself. Anything. So
He grabs the sword from him.
Gira's super upset. Comes at him, takes his sword and his little coat top thing. And then here is TJ's favorite line from this episode.
Oh man, it's so good. He says, "Do you know what it means to point a sword at your own king?"
Yeah, and the way it's delivered, the way it looks, like this shot,
dude,
the way Rackley's is looking at him. Oh man, yeah, it's pretty tight.
like, do you know what you've just done? You
Yeah.
point a sword at your own king. That means the whole world is against you.
So Gira is sort of facing that he just did that, and he comes to the resolve that this is what he's gonna do. So he puts on a little jacket thing, gets the sword, and he declares himself he's gonna be the evil king, and one day he will be the king of everything.
Yep.
So he's sort of kind of painting himself as the bad guy, but he's really not because he wants to go help everybody. Doing this actually awakened it up. The
Fire
the
Emblem
Kawada Oger
Awakenings.
There you go. The Kawada Kuwagata mech, Shoe God. So we can see he accepts him. Gira even says like, "I like you too," or
Yeah. The mech like sort of motions
he
something.
makes it like a roar kind of.
Yeah. And then Gira says, "I like you too, dude."
Yeah, so they're vibing. It could be like I was saying before about how the sword works. Maybe Gira is
Royal.
royal. Maybe it was a baby to this dude's brother, and nobody knew about him. That's probably what it could be, huh? That's probably what's going to be.
He gave him a little smirk when he first came in, because Gira just runs into the castle like totally, like he just
Yeah,
gets in there.
He doesn't stop him.
He doesn't stop him, and then the king looks at him like, "Ha, fool, this guy," and gives him a
Yeah.
little smirk.
Yeah, so I can see them doing the thing where, um, so Rackley's maybe his brother was the king, and the king and his wife had a kid, and they had to abandon it or something, or Rackley's did something to push him out. But everybody on the outside, it sort of looked normal. Like there was no foul play like
Oh,
to the villagers and everything, so that's why they're okay with him being king. And that's why this kid who, I mean, he looks like a red.
oh,
He's
straight
actually supposed to be heir to the throne, not this dude who's actually his uncle.
So
It
like,
could be an evil uncle thing or something.
so like Black Panther.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting angle to go at it.
So this is one of my favorite parts when he henshins because he's like pressing every single button.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, one of these buttons gotta fucking work. He just keeps pressing them all. And then yeah, there he goes.
Wow.
Kuwagata.
Look
Yeah,
at that suit.
it looks pretty neat. Um,
Spandex is popping.
and that cape, capes on Sentai suits are always A plus. Pretty cool. But yeah, that helmet's really cool too. I can't wait for these. These are gonna be cool. Yudo.
Oh yeah.
The swords are really cool too. And then he gets put into the mech, and we've got this thing we've never really seen before in Sentai.
Jesus.
This sort of exosuit that he wears to control the King-Ohger mech, which is when they all gatai.
Oh, it looks so good.
Uh-huh.
It's even holding his sword. It's so gaudy.
It's got the sword. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't actually make sense,
Yeah.
but it's gonna make sense in this, and it's really interesting because this season so far has been so fantasy heavy. This is not. This is trying to explain how a Sentai mech works, which is fine. You can do that or whatever.
Right.
It's just interesting that they're doing this while we have this whole fantasy setting. Really interesting.
Looks wild.
And then we can see what the mech looks like when it's all combined. Looks really cool.
So streamlined.
It's very posable, just like the toys. Very glad we're seeing a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Every time there's a new Sentai since Zenkaiger, we've been scared of getting Sentai CG battles, CG mech battles,
Yeah.
which we got in Zenkaiger a lot. So yeah, it's just what happened. But here we can see, at least in Dawn Brothers, we got the same thing. We got an actual suit, which was awesome.
Yes.
Except for which one didn't?
Except for
Oh,
the dark version.
yeah, the dark version, and when they all combine, right, with the
Yeah,
Harlequin Phoenix.
The Super Gatai.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, we see all the other Rangers sort of react to it,
Like, oh.
like him being able to control them. There he goes in battle. Looks pretty cool. Looks
Back
pretty
on
sick.
Titan style.
And there he is. Yeah, let's look at that exoskeleton. It looks so interesting. They're doing this.
Golly, look at that helmet.
Hmm.
That's a good picture. That's a really good picture.
Awesome shot. This robot. Look at him. Damn.
Golly.
And then yeah, this is after he does his big move. The sword is CG, but that's fine. It's to put emphasis on what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
See the monster in the background. It's gonna die, explode. It's really cool. Sentai staple. And then the episode ends with Red coming out and feeling really good about himself. He helped protect the country and everything. And then the guards of the castle surround him, and you can hear King Rackley say, "Once you find him, execute him. Once we get him, he's done."
That's it for the dust.
And then Gira puts this smile on in the episode.
He's like, heck yeah, bring it on, dude.
Yeah, so really, really good first episode, big time.
Oh, so good.
And like we've said before, first episodes of any tokusatsu show, they usually go really hard in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, you can't help but compare to Dawn Brothers. Dawn Brothers had its own thing going on with it, which was really cool. But this one does feel more like a traditional Sentai.
Yeah.
But you can still feel the newness because A, it's not on Earth, it's Terra. B, not all of the members are together yet.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is not actually a king. He's gonna get to that. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Although we do get that a lot in Sentai, where the red's like the last one to. And then that weird metal exoskeleton thing they have in the mech. They're doing enough new things that's keeping it fresh, which is what Dawn Brothers did.
Mm-hmm.
But Dawn Brothers, and they
knocked it out the park.
They went bananas with what they did. This one again does feel more like a traditional Sentai. But I am interested because each of these guys are from 5 different countries.
Mm-hmm.
So are they gonna have a base that they're gonna chill at together? Are they gonna not all get along with each other because they're all from different countries? I want to know what's gonna happen. And is Rackley's gonna get his comeuppance? Or I read a theory that maybe we're gonna have Gira hopping around countries like on the run until that gets settled.
That could be cool.
But if that happens, then yeah, he's probably gonna find a cafe.
Donbura.
He can chill at, and that's where all the other King-Ohgers go set up, and they'll see him there.
We saw
his hideout.
We saw the CG parts of the world, and we also, as we were flying around the kingdoms, we saw the different areas of each kingdom and the way that there's surrounded by walls to really signify the definitive border of the kingdoms. I'm wondering if they're going to use the outside layers, like the foresty bits and all that, sort of where the enemies come from, but like the opposite side of that. If they're going to use that to be like the main base area, like not just one main building, but like a whole area in between the kingdoms. Because there's a lot of ground to cover in between that.
Yeah, that's where the Titans live. Yeah, this was really fun.
Yeah.
I was like always when a new Sentai comes out, scared that it was gonna bomb. But again, usually first episodes they nail it. The Dawn Brothers just had that big of an impression on me.
Mm-hmm.
Mech looks cool. I have it up on the screen again. Yellow and black are legs again, so
colors are so definitive. It looks awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of red.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this too is that it has 5 extra bugs on it too.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the main ones: yellow mantis, black hornet, purple butterfly, blue dragonfly, and red kuagata. But it also has ant, 2 ladybugs, and 2 spiders on it. There's no ranger connected to them. There's no pilot for them, but they are part of the combination.
Just extra bugs.
So that is interesting to me because we don't have a gimmick this year. We just have the mech. So they're probably going to be looking at this from the toy perspective again. When you come out with a Sentai or Kamen Rider, you want something that can sustain sales the whole year, so that each quarter you nail your sales goal. So with Zenkaiger, we got gears, and every quarter, every couple months, we would have a set of gears from past Sentai. Then they did it again with Dawn Brothers. You get a set of gears every month so you can hit your goals. And then you also get the new mech and everything, power-ups, whatnot. With King-Ohger, we don't have that collectible gimmick like gears to help boost your sales. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot more little mech join this thing. This combination. We'll see. I mean, we did see
the intro.
What that mech could look like. I hope I didn't move too fast. a headache. Okay.
Linger on that one for a little
Yeah.
bit. Oh, you have two
So
pictures of her.
yes, I do. So we can see, yeah, it's gonna look something like this, and this is gonna be a combination, I think, of 9,
Like, look at that scorpion
10,
on the right of
something
it,
like that.
and on the top, what is that? A ladybug? Or
Yeah.
a
So
moth? Ladybug.
on the top, I don't know what that is, but yeah, there's a stag beetle that's gonna be added to the left.
Yeah.
Scorpion, you're right on that. There is a roly poly that we've seen, and a Gatling gun, which at the
Ooh.
very end of the episode, the snail that goes by,
Yeah.
that's gonna be like a Gatling gun. But yeah, I'm really excited about what's gonna happen with this season.
Gonna linger it on there.
It's gonna be cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of bugs, but I love Sentai. We'll see.
I am a huge fan of bugs, so I'm glad that this is going great.
You're a big fan of bugs.
I like bugs.
Okay.
I
Name
hate
3 of their albums.
God, oh no. Papillon Oger.
Okay. Papillon.
Papillon. Kawagawata and Mantis.
Uegata.
Mantis. These people who make the shows are super professionals. That being said, I did not anticipate the miniatures of
Look
the big
at that
mech
guy on the
fights.
bottom left. That looks like he was cut and paste there. That looks ridiculous. Is he just...
Oh my god, I see.
What is he doing? What is that? Toasty, what is that? I'm sorry. You were saying something.
You wanna cut him out and use him as a thumbnail?
I might have to.
Oh yeah, these people. Jesus, so that guy. These people are professionals. They know what they're doing with the miniatures and all that. I wasn't expecting, obviously it's fantasy, but I wasn't thinking that they were going to use fantasy miniatures. And I think this is the first time I've ever seen fantasy miniatures in tokusatsu, and they looked really good. If you go to the big fight, the mech fight, at the end with the big sword, you can see, you see all that CG. But then for the mech fight, whenever they're blasting through things, the stone walls looked awesome. But
yeah, I mean they do that all the time though.
the
It's
mini,
Sentai.
see that?
But that level of
Yeah,
that style, no, that's new.
that's new. It looks so good. It's, oh man, awesome. Straight up Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
Not really.
we're gonna leave
but,
it on that picture.
Yeah.
Super excited for next episode. Super excited for my King-Ohger Yudo to come in and my mini plot. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, speaking of that, about how you said about keeping up the profit margins, we watched this show live. As soon as the episode ended, there was 5 toy commercials. There's a bunch of toy commercials for King-Ohger. One being the sword, and then another commercial with a group of it being the Soto, the Choco, the Gumi.
Oh, you're talking about that
the mini
I think
plug.
that ad played during the episode.
Did it?
And yeah, I know it's on our YouTube channel now.
But yeah, it was. Oh man, they were like promoting the heck out of the toys. I haven't seen that before. It looked awesome.
It was a candy toy commercial, and that was really good candy toy commercial.
Yeah, that made me want to buy all of it.
Yeah, because I get the Yudo and the mini pla, but they also have like the small versions of the weapons, and I'm actually tempted by that as
And then
well.
all the mechs.
Hmm?
And then all the mechs for like the gachapon.
Yeah,
Oh man,
we'll see.
so much money.
If we were in Japan, man, I'd probably have everything.
Sentai knows.
I'd have it a lot faster and cheaper too. Okay. Do you have any closing thoughts on King-Ohger?
King-Ohger looks to be a very promising series that we can all look forward to.
Oh my gosh. Real quick, I
Yeah.
forgot. If you got this far, I am so sorry. I never mentioned what Purple's name was. We just said Purple. And
Nice.
that we're going to be using they for them. Purple's name is Rita. Rita Kanisuka.
I didn't know that. I was watching the episode. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so...
See, that's another thing. We talk about it and we say the names out loud. I don't read very well. Not to say that I don't read. I'm dyslexic, but that's great that you said that. Now I know.
Himeno Ran is yellow. Rita Kanisuka is purple. Yanma Gust is blue. Kaguragi Dibosuki is black, and then Gira is red. Gira does not have a last name.
No.
So that's probably going to lead into him being royalty. We'll see.
The true king.
It's going to happen.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's another episode done. Thanks you guys for listening. Again, my name is Super Blastex. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. On TikTok, I'm the Super Blastex. Everywhere else, I'm just Super Blastex. SuperBlastex. We'll see you next week, TJ. See you, Tony.
Yeah. I am Toku Tony. You can find me on Instagram at Toku Tony. Currently, I'm a privated account just because not many people follow me. On Twitter, you can find me at Tony Toku because Toku Tony was already taken. But yeah, those are my main two. Instagram, find me, Tony Toku. Twitter, Toku Tony. Or the opposite. Shoot. But yeah, it was great talking about this, and I'm really looking forward to King-Ohger. This has been great.
Ease in. Let's go.
Do it.
Bye then, brothers.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening again.
See you later.
Bye-bye.